So you can probably tell I am not in my garden today. I am back at Tammy's a month later. Not just checking in though. She's got a couple of tomato issues that you guys might be having too. In fact, I've gotten some questions about pruning cherry tomatoes. How to do it? Do you do it? I'm gonna let you guys know coming up. Hey guys, it's Brian with California Garden TV. If you're looking to join an online garden community that offers tips, tricks, and support to grow your best garden ever, start now by clicking subscribe and hitting the bell so you never miss anything. Now let's get growing. So it's been almost a month, actually a month, 2 days ago, since I was here last and you guys were here last. And it was doing really well then. A lot of growth, but unbelievable now. Just kind of as we talk, I'll take you guys on a little tour around, but what do you think?
It's out of control. It's grown so fast. I can't tell you how many zucchini and squash, little watermelons. We replaced the potatoes with the corn, and now we could have a corn maze going on. It's just amazing. Every day I come out here and there's something new. It's the best.
You're having fun, I can tell.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. And the kids, it's a challenge to see who can find the new little watermelon, and did the bees pollinate the watermelon so it grows and doesn't shrivel up and die. I mean, we're learning so much. I never knew there was this much involved.
Well, I have to tell you, just as we were setting up here, and you and the kids, they were all using garden lingo that I've never heard come out of her mouth before this last couple of months.
Pollinators and...
Yep, very cool. You were actually knowing what the bugs were and which pests were which. So you're doing an amazing job. Almost too amazing.
Oh.
Because
overachiever.
This guy, she called me in a panic. Yeah. It's taking over the entire garden.
It's Attack of the Killer Tomatoes.
Yeah. And you were given this by somebody you know.
Yes. They said it was a cherry tomato, but it's a monster.
So we assumed it was a cherry tomato by the way it was growing. So typically, in my opinion, you don't prune cherry tomatoes because the suckers that you would generally prune off, that I tell you guys all the time how to prune those off, they don't, on regular tomatoes, they don't produce a lot of fruit. Cherry tomatoes are different. Their suckers are productive. And so you just kind of keep them trained just so they don't get like this.
Go like this.
Well, this is not a cherry tomato. This is a currant tomato.
But they're little, tiny balls.
Currants are tiny, like currants. They are very, very small tomatoes, like size of a pearl, maybe a little bit bigger. And they go nuts just like this. And there's not a lot you can do other than just to kind of keep them trimmed down. There's really no rhyme or reason to the way you do it. Yeah. Just keep them away from killing everything else in its path, basically. Okay. You can see the cherry tomatoes over here, and we're not pruning them, but they're staying in bounds.
Yes.
And then you have your heirlooms over here that are actually, nice and controlled.
Yes.
And that's what they need. So cherry tomatoes are a little bit in between. So they don't need a lot of pruning just to keep them in shape. But this guy does, because what I can see is he's shading your other tomatoes. And so they could be doing better. Okay. They're doing good. There's enough fruit in here. I'm going to let you guys see inside. There's so much fruit in here already that it doesn't matter. We're not going to take off, a tenth of the fruit just by cleaning it up a little bit.
Okay.
So first thing we're going to do is just go in there and get this away from your cherry tomato.
Yes.
Because that really needs to be helped. That's the most important thing. And so you want to think about where the sun is, which is over that way. And so the sun is coming through here.
Yeah,
so
they're not getting it.
Yeah, we don't want to just take it to here. We want to take it over a little bit too. And there's really no right or wrong way to do it because it's all going to grow back 10 times anyway.
Yeah.
So we're just going to take it down. I'm going to look for the fruit and we're not going to cut that off. But like I said, this whole thing will be covered again within a matter of maybe a week or two. Okay, so we've pruned it for size. It's not falling over on this one. It's not going over the wall. But now what we've noticed is some issues down below where we just have yellowing of the leaves and there's just not a lot of airflow in there.
Yeah,
I don't see any disease yet.
Oh, he turned yellow. Look, I can see.
What? One of the...
They're yellow.
Awesome. Pick that top one and let's try it.
Okay. Here, I'll give you one. Okay, ready?
Ready yet?
A little zip. They're supposed to be sweet. I don't taste the sweetness yet. But it's tomato. That getcha.
The first millisecond was sweet. Not bad though. Okay, so looking in here, these leaves are turning yellow. That's not a disease. That's just old, lack of sunlight. And so we're just gonna go through and cut them off and just open up the spots in here. I think just removing the yellow ones is gonna do that. We don't even have to remove any of the good green ones.
Really dark yellow one. It really is the size of a pearl. Oh, that is a bazillion times better.
Way better.
That is so good. Sweet with a little zip.
So a few minutes of work, but totally worth it.
For sure, for sure. Now we can see in there. We found like little hidden treasures.
You can see it's absolutely loaded with
It is.
fruit.
It really is.
And taking all the yellow leaves off that were just kind of wet and just waiting for some kind of mildew or something to attack them. You can see the fruit, but also you can see that we've improved the airflow through there. So any wetness that's going to be in there is going to be dried out by the sun.
They're all getting a little bit of sun now.
They're going
And
to ripen faster.
I can get my hands in there and kind of spread them apart so they have a little bit of room, and it just looks a bazillion times better.
So for the currant tomatoes, trim for size and shape. Keep it from attacking its surrounding neighbors. And then take off yellow leaves, and that will open things up. So with the cherry tomatoes, we don't want to prune much. If anything, the leaves, keeping them off the ground, which is what we did here. And any kind of yellowing, any kind of diseased leaves, you want to take those off. But that's it, because the suckers do produce fruit.
Yeah, and they weren't able to get any sunlight. I mean, you cut a couple of these branches off of this monster, and all of a sudden they're like, they've been in the shade and overpowered by this one for so long. Now I can't wait to see what comes out over there.
Yeah. All right, so now you know how to prune regular tomatoes, how to prune cherry tomatoes, and how to prune currant tomatoes. And they are delicious.
Wait till they get dark yellow.
Wait till they get almost orange.
We found two dark yellow orange.
And we found this variety's Gold Rush, correct?
I believe that's what it was called, yes.
Okay. So it's not too late in most places. If you get them at the garden center, if you find some currant tomatoes, you want to try them out, just check your frost window.
They're good. They're good.
Yeah, they are good. So I think our work is done here.
Yeah, this has just been so awesome, and I'm learning so much. The kids are learning so much. I made my first harvest of zucchini and yellow squash, a little garlic. Made a pasta salad for 4th of July with
that was good.
Tomatoes from you, because mine aren't ready yet, and I picked my own basil. Oh, that!
And look at your harvest here of...
That was just this morning. I can't eat it fast enough. My zucchini and garlic squash, they're huge. Yeah, I'm so impressed. This has been the best.
This garden is a success, and we're barely into summer.
Yeah.
So stay tuned. Maybe in another month we'll come back and check the progress.
Yeah, I already know without a doubt that when this corn is up, we're making this planter bed bigger. Several of you commented, and you were right. I was a little chicken and didn't want to do it, but we're making this guy bigger.
But you started right. You started small, and then you can work with what you've got. And then if you love it,
make it bigger.
Make it bigger. Well, thanks for letting us come in.
Thanks for coming to help, and thanks for doing this along with me.
Yeah, you guys, let us know down in the comments how your garden is doing. If you've had currant tomatoes, what you think of them. And we will see you on Friday.
Bye.
Be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and hit that post notification.